for the people, cause although we have no equal, we out here living so evil and comfortable living feeble. All over the world, we about to go. Truth is coming out, that's what you need.
What I wanted y'all to see was that nobody else was there with us. There wasn't no other army marching with us.
Right.
Wasn't no other camp marching with us. It wasn't no. But you got to ask yourself. There's a whole heap of other black organizations out there.
Right.
And you got to ask yourself, where are they at? Where are they at?
Right.
So I just went to one of our biggest ones that everybody know. Everybody know about the NAACP. That's one of the largest, most
They still alive?
Yeah. Largest organizations out there that's supposed to stand for black people.
Right.
But when you actually look into them, we're going to look into the history. They don't. Go ahead, read that. Press play on me.
NAACP. On February 12, 1909, what is now the nation's oldest and largest grassroots civil rights organization, was formed. The NAACP, which stands for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People,
Pause.
has been a...
If you just heard that name, who do you think they would defend or stand for?
Black people.
Black folk.
That's what it say, right? The
Right.
National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. So you think they should be biased in their representation?
Oh, yes. Nope. I had to think about it.
Yeah. Nope. That's a very biased name.
That's like if
It
you
should be
had.
for color people, yeah.
I'll put it like this: say you had the National Association for the Advancement of Chinese People. Who do they stand for?
Chinese people.
Chinese people, right?
That's what it should be.
If we said the National Association,
Brother said chopsticks.
so the point is, this group was set up. It should have been set up for the advancement of colored people.
Right.
Go ahead.
Hey, when you say that, though, that's black and brown people.
Yeah, Hispanics too.
Yeah, Hispanics too. That right there.
Go ahead, press play.
driving force in fighting race-based discrimination in the United States since its founding. In 1909, racial injustices were common. Segregation was legal in many parts of the United States.
A good thing.
Employment discrimination was common.
Good.
And voting rights were often denied.
Good.
People of color across the country had to live with the fear of racial violence and lynching.
Pause.
And so,
What has changed? And this is for my sister. What has changed? They already did this.
Right.
Go ahead. Press play.
the NAACP was formed, built on the ideals of another group, the Niagara Movement. W.E.B. Du Bois, along with 29 other prominent African Americans, started the Niagara Movement in 1905.
Pause. They said it was set up by 20 black men. Go ahead.
Met near Niagara Falls and wrote a manifesto calling for equal civil rights, the end of racial discrimination, and the full recognition of humanity for people of color. In 1909, many white liberals in New York City joined with some of the Niagara Movement's black intellectuals.
Pause. Who did they say they joined with? The white man.
Right.
They joined with the white man.
This is America.
Go ahead.
Intellectual leaders. And from that group, the NAACP was born. In addition to W.E.B. Du Bois, other NAACP founders included renowned civil rights leaders Ida B. Wells and Mary Church Terrell. The NAACP's mission has been to achieve a fully integrated society with equal rights for all.
Pause. Do y'all see what happened? Do y'all see what happened? Hold on, go back like a half second so they can see the full word, the full definition. Right there, yep. To achieve a fully integrated society with equal rights for colored people?
For all.
For all. For all. You see that? Now, go ahead, press play.
With equal rights for all. Its national leadership has always been interracial.
Pause.
Even though
Pause. Y'all think these people are for you?
Nope.
The leadership has always been interracial. Go ahead.
the greater membership has been mostly African American. To achieve its mission, the NAACP has not only focused on using the legal system to challenge
the legal system, go ahead,
discrimination, but also on convincing all people of the need for racial equality through speeches, organizing, and legal advocacy.
Legal advocacy.
Since its inception, the NAACP has had a long list of legal accomplishments and successes. The NAACP's first challenge was fighting Jim Crow laws, which maintain legal segregation. In 1915, the NAACP was instrumental in outlawing the Grandfather Clause, which allowed white people to get around literacy tests
Pause.
that were
The first thing they did was help white people vote.
The hell is this?
That was the first thing the NAACP did.
Insane.
Change the name.
Yeah. This is why y'all
Put
don't
a W
understand why they don't show up.
Put a
because
W
they're
in there.
not for you.
Right.
Go ahead.
used to prevent people of color from voting in many states. From 1920 to 1938, the organization flew a flag outside its New York City offices.
From 1920 to 1938, all they did was flew a flag outside their office. Go ahead, press play.
The words,
18
"A man
years.
was lynched yesterday," to call attention to the rampant lynching occurring in the United States. In 1954,
That's what
the
they did.
NAACP's chief counsel, Thurgood Marshall, successfully argued the case of Brown versus Board of Education before the Supreme Court.
They ended
ending
segregation.
the legal segregation of schools.
Supposedly.
During the Civil
Which
Rights
hurt us
Movement,
big time.
the NAACP co-organized the March on Washington in 1963, where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. The NAACP lobbied for the 1964 Civil Rights Act, which outlawed discrimination, and the 1964...
So they outlawed discrimination, apparently. Psych! You can't outlaw how these people think.
Right.
Now, all right, I'm tired of watching this. Let's get to the truth of the NAACP. Pull up that first, pull up the first picture that I posted.
Very frustrating.
I'm gonna get y'all the history of the NAACP. The history. This is one of my favorite books.
Our people always think that we need them.
Yep.
In reality, they need us.
There you go.
Ever since Civil War, they wouldn't have won the war. That whoever had the blacks on their side fighting wins the war.
Dan, you gonna read it?
Every single time. Every single time. All their wars that they fight, they always need, and we think that we need them. They need us.
We're gonna start right there. No, we're gonna start at the top. Yep, white organizations in blackface. Pull it back a little bit. There you go, right there.
White organizations in blackface.
So this is from the American Board Directory of the Uncle Toms, of Certified Uncle Toms. Go ahead.
The NAACP. The far-sighted white elite of the North was no less interested in quarreling the freedom-spirit black man who, if left alone, would most certainly reunite with his family in Africa, the Caribbean, Asia, South and Central America, and every other non-European society to develop an independent economic infrastructure that might threaten their own.
So, why do they always tell us to go back to Africa? But back then, they understood, hey, if we leave these Negroes alone, they're going to bounce.
Exactly.
Don't fall for that trick. Go back to Africa. No. Y'all set us up in this place to where we could not leave. Y'all intermingled our people so we would not leave. Watch what you did. Go ahead.
Returning the black man to service on behalf of white interests became central to their race relations agenda.
The white man understood. He sat down. He said, hey, listen, we got to get in good with these Negroes. They're a cash cow. If we don't, they just going to have their own stuff. That's why they integrated schools. That's why they integrated businesses. Because they knew
100%.
if we got all these black people to buy Fords and Chevys and McDonald's, they ain't going to buy from their own people, but they'll buy from us.
Yep.
They understood that.
They seen it. It's a bus boycott.
There you go.
Whoa.
There you go.
Integrate.
Yep.
They seen it quickly,
There
but
you go.
we didn't see it.
Yo, go ahead, read that.
That's crazy.
Whites funded.
Hold on, whites what?
Whites funded.
Whoever pays the piper chooses the tune. Understand that. Read it again.
Whites funded race leaders like Booker T. Washington,
Like was it Ben Crump? Like Jesse Jackson? Like Al Sharpton? Read.
who counseled blacks to adopt a submissive demeanor and to prepare themselves to be reliable labor for whites.
Read.
Whites began organizations like the NAACP in 1909.
Hold on, read it again.
Whites began organizations like the NAACP.
NAACP, man.
What did I say?
First time hearing it.
NAACP.
NAACP in 1909 and the Urban League
in
1911.
Read.
both of which advocated that blacks organize to append themselves to white society and that they reject the false hopes of any independent black movements aiming for a full and complete freedom.
That is what they want. That is why the church ain't never prayed for vengeance on the white man. Because guess what? That same mindset in the your political parties, in your private organizations, is the same mindset that's in the church. Go ahead, keep reading it. Just ain't highlighted. Keep reading.
With racist whites leading, managing, and financing those organizations.
White people ruled these organizations. We showed you the first thing they did was make white people able to vote.
Right.
Go ahead.
Naive, lazy, opportunistic, mostly light-skinned, academically trained Negroes unwilling to take on the hard work of black independence and seeking immediate personal rewards became their spokesmen.
You see that? Just like today. The Negroes they put in front of us are for themselves. I give you an example. Umar Johnson. Who's behind Umar?
He got to be funded.
Where's his people at? Where's his Where's his hundred thousands of men that's marching behind him?
Right.
Where's Ben Crump? Hundreds of thousands of men marching behind him. Where's Jackson men that's marching behind him? Where's Creflo men that's marching behind him? Where is T.D. Jakes men that's marching behind? They don't have nobody. So you ask yourself, how they getting to this level of esteem with no following? Go ahead, keep reading.
Where was freedom?
Du Bois.
As the only black Du Bois as the only black member of the NAACP board. Did I say
NAACP, man?
What did
Come
I
on,
say?
man.
NAACP.
There you go.
Okay. Actually claimed that unless the freedom strivings of blacks be aroused and encouraged by initiative of the richer and wiser environing group, whites, blacks cannot hope for great success, emphasis ours. Whites, like the wise and the bigoted Oswald Garrison Villard, who became the NAACP board chairman, arouse and encourage elite Negroes to integrate for their freedom and renounce all other options.
And do what?
And renounce all other options.
And renounce all other options besides integration. That's why they thought that was the greatest thing ever. Because that's all the options that was given to them.
Right.
Black people didn't want to do anything else because it was white folks that was funding them, telling us to put that in our mindset. Go ahead.
Villard told an audience of black business leaders to instruct their people to be temporary hewers of wood and drawers of water. Domestic service, he told them.
What he told them?
Domestic service, he told them.
Now go pull up the next picture. Pull up the next picture. And we're gonna start. We'll start at we'll start right there. At the turn. At the top, can you see what page that is? 96.
At the turn of the 20th. You want to read it?
I got you.
At the turn of the 20th century, the powerful industrialist Rockefeller family, seeking another reliable workforce option than expensive unionized white labor, funded the efforts of Booker T. Washington to accommodate black labor to their place under a perpetual white authority.
Under a what?
A perpetual white authority.
We see that same thing today. All the labors are black, management is white. Nothing changed. Go ahead.
Washington's acclaimed Tuskegee Institute was established and supported by the Rockefellers and others as part of a larger white strategy for control over the American labor pool. At no time within the paradigm were blacks to challenge the corrupt social.
So in these colleges, at no time were they what?
Blacks to challenge.
They weren't allowed to challenge
the corrupt social, political.
You hear that, sister? Political
or economic order to seek an independent black reality.
You see that? They never wanted us to be independent. They can say go back to Africa all they want to, but that ain't what they really want. Go ahead.
As blacks became impatient with their prescribed subservience, the ever-present stirrings of self-determination, separatism, and black nationalism emerged as a popular theme as popular themes among restless black masses. Whites responded.
Scroll down, y'all. Scroll down so the people can see. Yep.
Whites responded by establishing the
NAACP.
Oh my God.
NAACP as part of a stratagem to keep black protests safely within confines of white political structures.
So when you wonder why the NAACP don't show up to real events, it's because it was set up by the white man.
Right.
The NAACP was set up to deter us from being around the Kendrick Johnsons of the world, to deter us from being around the Eric Garners of the world, the Mike Browns. That's what it was set up to do, not to bring us to that and bring light to that, but to go away. You ask something like that?
Did they fund the Million Man March?
Wouldn't doubt it.
Because the only reason they came together was to vote.
There you go.
And I've yet to see any black organization bring thousands of men together.
Nope.
Except for us.
Yep.
You know, and well, boy, but can I get Deuteronomy 28 and 47? That book had a lot in there, man. That thing, Place of Drawn Waters, it had a lot in that book. Get that, Deuteronomy 28 and 47.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things.
So because we didn't want to go to the Lord, because we don't want to keep the commandments, now we got politics.
Right.
Now we got the white man saying, come, be one people, right? This is the same thing they was doing in the Greek captivity. Come on.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Now you're going to serve the white man. Come on.
Which the Lord shall send against thee and hunger.
Anything we want, we got to get it from the other nations. Our food, come on.
And in thirst and in nakedness.
Our clothes.
And in want of all things.
Our education, the rights in America, anything that we want, justice. We want our lawyers to stand up for us. We want our pastors to speak. You ain't getting it unless the white man gives them that approval. Is it more than that?
Yep.
Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
We've been destroyed. We no longer have them yokes on us. Look at us today in America.
Right.
We are destroyed to the fact we don't give a damn that we're the greatest people in the world.
Right.
People will walk right past us and we telling you God is coming back for the Israelites.
Right.
But they don't even know who they are.
Read that again. Whites responded by establishing.
Whites responded by establishing the NAACP as part of a stratagem to keep black protests safely within confines of white political structures and institutions, such as the courts, the media, and electoral process.
Read.
Since the
start of the NAACP,
a host of willing
what?
White contributors to the organization have installed an entire class of willing Negro administrators.
Hold on. So you mean to tell me that our leaders have been placed there by the white man?
That powerful nigga.
You mean to tell me that Barack Obama was chosen?
Right.
That Kamala Harris is chosen? Thurgood Marshall was chosen?
Right.
W.B. Du Bois was all of them.
Right.
That's what y'all got to understand.
Accepted money.
Who have what?
Who have accepted money.
Who have accepted money. Read.
And instructions. On where and how to lead the black masses.
You see that? You see that? Now, I'm gonna show you that same thing is happening today. Pull up those pictures that I sent of the first play the video of us marching. It's an Instagram post.
They haven't done. Hey, the fact that I'm gonna tell you, I ain't mad at him for not saying the word right. It shows how much they've done nothing.
Right.
He don't even know.
Yeah, he don't even know.
NAACP.
Right.
He's like, they haven't done nothing.
Right. He don't even
recognize that.
Damn.
It's
crazy.
And that's why you can't have a covetous spirit when being put up into those, when you try to be a leader for the black community, because all they got to do is give you a gift.
That's it.
And you going to be silent.
They
there
say
you go.
Everybody got their number.
Yep.
And a white man believe in that because it's worked for them time and time again throughout history.
And the same thing today. Go ahead, press play on that real quick. So last week we went up to Springfield. Press play.
Stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, can you hear freedom
So now this video got millions of views, literally, on different platforms: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Millions of views. Now I want to show y'all something. Pull up the pictures of who liked it. This Queen Latifah.
Why?
She liked it. She liked it, thumbs up. Now when I comment her and I say, hey, we would love to speak about things we stand for.
Uh-oh.
You think she thinks she responded?
Crickets.
Crickets. Because they lose track for a second. You know, they see something that they actually like.
Right.
And then they remember, I can't fool with them. I remember they said,
They ain't saying no justice, no peace.
Right, there you go.
Right.
When you actually look into it, like, oh, nah, okay. Nah, I can't do that. Pull up the next person that said something or commented. Holly Pete Robinson. She's an old school actor. Joe Torre. Try to get all of these people, hey, give us a chance to speak. Let's talk. Nothing.
These are major black Hollywood players.
Right. And they have the power. You see that check? They got the power to bring Bishop in, talk to him. Our people see it, though. That's what I'm showing you. They see what's going on, but guess what? All of these people, they are chosen.
Right.
They are chosen to be in the position that they in. They're not going to give that up. That's like LeBron them. They didn't say nothing about Sonya Massey this time.
Nope.
I think Eric Garner Mike Brown was going on last Olympics, and they said something.
Right.
This time, they ain't even say nothing. They couldn't even put a hashtag, something, nothing.
Hey, Cat.
They said, don't do it. We a Kyrie you. We will Kyrie you quick.
Exactly.
Shut up and dribble.
That's why they're afraid, because they already see what happened when you step out of line.
There you go.
You're going to freeze your bank account.
Yep. You got plenty of examples of what happened. You're going to become another Toby.
Now,
put you on
go to the interview. Go to the interview and go to the timestamp from the interview yesterday, because we still dealing with NAACP.
Damn, what happened to UNITY, Queen Latifah? You got a song called UNITY.
No, this ain't the interview. This ain't the interview. The interview that we did. Our interview.
Rainbow Coalition now.
Dang. Yep. Guess it's that one. 23 minutes, 9 seconds. I want y'all to hear what the man says. This is the press coordinator for Kendrick Johnson. Go ahead.
Action Network. Am I right? So that's where Kendrick will be 28 going on 29 today. And he should be here. And because he's not here, a lot of somebody should be in prison. And that hasn't happened either. Not yet. Okay. So that's all
I think y'all got the wrong timestamp. Where y'all at? I got to look at the timestamp. I got it on there. Come on. It ain't rocket science. Got to go back.
If it wasn't the Israelites, then who else? Praise the Most High.
not like the National Association for the Always Complaining People or the No Action Network.
So, Paul,
am I right?
He took a shot. This is the PR person for a brother that's representing a dominant case that you think the NAACP would stand up for.
Yeah.
But he can go back. Let's hear what he said again. Go ahead.
Not like the National Association for the Always Complaining People or the No Action Network.
So, Paul,
right?
He's calling out these organizations. We ain't saying we didn't make it up. This is what the people are saying.
Right.
They ain't for our people. Go to Isaiah 28:15. Isaiah 28:15. Because why? Why don't our people deal with these issues? Because they were appointed by white people. Right. White people only delegate what they want. They say, hey, nope, you can deal with that, can't deal with this. You can deal with that, can't deal with this. Because this case was open and shut. That's an open and shut case. Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death.
All of our leaders, all these black politicians that you're looking at, they have made a covenant with death. We just read it out of a book. They are paid money and hired by the white man, carefully selected.
Right.
Read.
And with hell are we at agreement.
Hold on, and what?
And with hell are we at agreement.
They are in agreement with the condition that we're in. As long as they paid, they fine. This is hell, y'all.
Right.
Read.
When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us.
That's what they believe. They think when the white man start judging all of us, because guess what? Bishop was bringing out last night. He said, look, the same judgment we get, our brothers gonna get as well. Because guess what? You still a threat because at the end of the day, you still an Israelite.
Right.
That's what they fail to understand.
Right.
When Herod came, Titus' investigation came through Israel, they didn't just get the Israelites. They got all of them.
Right.
Because, hey, guess what? You know what you got the potential to do? You got the potential to say, hey, damn, I am an Israelite. And you're going to start the same thing over again.
Right. They ain't just come get the ones keeping the commandments. The wicked ones they got too. Yep.
There you go. Everybody got it. Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name, question, or comment? Where you calling from?
Oh, Elson, the small town, Pennsylvania. How you fellas making out?
Doing good, doing good.
Yeah, well, praise God Almighty. Yeah, I enjoy this show every Sunday.
All praise.
And yeah, and what you guys were speaking of, you were saying that we all fall under the same boat. But I wanted to give you an example dealing with the sneaky thing that the black pastors are doing now. They're losing people coming out of their churches, and people are asking questions about their heritage, being of the 12 tribes. So this is what they're doing now. Maybe you guys know, maybe you don't. They tell them. They say, oh, by the way, you are the people who came through the Red Sea with Moses, and then the girls and everybody be happy and be putting up videos. Hey, you heard? I found out who I am now and everything. See, that's the sneaky thing that they do. Remember, I told you can never trust a black pastor.
Right.
Okay. Now, after he told them that, what about that verse that says, now that you know you are Israel, what is required?
Right.
They're not going to do that.
Yep.
They're not going to do that.
Yep.
They're going to go out there and marry them white women. Them women going to marry white men. They're going to have them blonde wigs, that pork, that Sunday worship, wearing pants, women preachers, pagan holidays. It ain't going to stop. All I'm saying is, brother, Esau is a monster. But before you can get to Esau, that dog, that scumbag, or black pastor, he's the worst enemy he got. And my brother is one of them.
Yep.
They don't care. That's right. When they say you got to leave your own family and stuff, they just say it. It's a true thing.
100%.
They don't care. This Mother's Day, we are asking that everybody bring $50. That's what they do. I'm telling you, they ain't no good. Don't believe them. When them pastors, this is the main thing I'm trying to tell you. When the pastors go out and tell the people that they are Israel, they did it for a reason. But they're not going to tell them the law, statutes, and commandments.
Nope.
Don't trust them. That's all I got to say. Thank
all
you.
praise. Thank you for calling in.
Good call.
So, where was we going at? Where was we going? I lost track. He's about to go over something. Finish that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 28 and verse 15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death.
And that's not only the politician, that's your pastor too, like the brother just said. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton were pastors before they were political players. Read.
And with hell are we at agreement.
They are in agreement with us being in the condition that we're in. Read.
When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge.
For what?
For we have made lies our refuge.
Read.
And under falsehood have we hid ourselves.
And under falsehood have we hid ourselves. That's what? Politics, Christianity, white Jesus, economics, all these different things. NAACP, y'all hide under these laws. But guess what? When that judgment comes, everybody's gonna get it. Y'all gonna be involved as well. That's like way back. You remember they said it was a hurricane or something, and the black dude tried to go to his house. The professor. It was a story when we first came in. He tried to go into his house, and it's like, nah, you got to get out. Yeah, and they arrested him.
They asked for his ID.
There you go. They asked for his ID. It was in New York.
I can't remember the brother name.
The guy that does like the history.
The history.
Yep. Same thing gonna happen. Y'all think y'all gonna have a place to run, and you not.
Right.
The white man's not gonna take you up in that day. I know you think he is. That bunker, guess what? When he get in his bunker, he's gonna close the door on you, black man.
Right.
He's gonna say you're too dark.
Right.
We only got so much light down here. There ain't no natural light. We need all the fair-skinned white people in here. Y'all think I'm playing? Give me Isaiah 13. Watch this. I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna show you. Them interracial marriages gonna get cut off. All that stuff gonna end in that day. Watch. Isaiah 13. Start at verse 14.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 14. And it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people.
Hold on, what the Bible say?
They shall every man turn to his own people.
So just because the white man pay you a lot of money to represent black causes, don't mean he love you.
Right.
That means you got a purpose for that time being. And I hate to break it to you, money ain't nothing to the white man. The white man got so much money, it don't mean they will make somebody that says make a TikTok video, they'll make them a billionaire.
Right.
Because you said something funny. They'll give you money. You play video games, they'll give you money.
Right.
That money ain't an object to them. What they care about is your attention. Can you stir up the people and cause them to make action?
Right.
That's all they care about.
Money is a tool.
Right. That's all money is to them.
Yep.
Money is they print it every morning.
Right.
They print off more money every single day. So what does that let you know? It ain't worth nothing. It ain't worth nothing. They can just make more of it. Easy. Easy.
Right.
They can't make more lives, though. They can't make more scriptures.
Right.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Now, he said that about the NAACP. Go to the Sonya Master video. Sonya Master 1. Video number 10. Video number 10. I want to show y'all something.
And I had to say to God, why me? Why my child?
The two police officers that were outside the door when he walked out the door, those same police officers arrested me the day before. That whole weekend they was on a rampage. My kids have had altercations with the police. I've had altercations. My family has had altercations. My uncle was beat blind by the police. There's been murders. There's been all kind of things documented. We've been fighting and hollering and screaming for years. Nobody came. Y'all did.
Pause. Nobody came. Y'all did. That's the difference with what we doing and everybody else on the face of the earth. We putting boots on the ground with the solutions right in front of your face.
To this day.
White man ain't send us.
Right.
The white man ain't sending us. We doing this by the power of God.
That's right.
Understand that. Go back about 10 seconds. I want y'all to hear that again. Let that marinate on your biscuit. Go ahead.
My uncle was beat blind by the police. There's been murders. There's been all kind of things documented. We've been fighting and hollering and screaming for years. Nobody came. Y'all did.
You all should be livid at what happened to Sonya Massey.
Creflo Dollar, personal private jet. Ask yourself, have you ever seen them at any of these events? Have you ever seen them step boots on the ground to support any of our people?
You can sweep it under the rug like they gonna do Sister Sonya death, or you can stand on top of the rug and say, I am a child of God.
So that's the difference. That is the difference between the real and the fake.
Hey, we not just come on. We come. Our people so beat down.
Right.
They just want people to come.
Yep.
Hey. I mean, it almost like, okay, people came with no solutions. They just happy that we came out there.
Right.
But we coming with solutions, too. We ain't just out there. We coming with a way to fix the problem that y'all going through, too.
Go to video number 7. Video number 7. I want to show y'all something. Because remember, the NAACP, they mission was what? Equality for all people, right?
Right.
Now, the sister just said about voting. Okay, let's see if that changed. Let's see if maybe Kamala Harris is for everybody. I mean, she's for black people. That's what they're trying to push the narrative. She was an AKA. She part of the Divine Nine. She's a black woman. Let's see what she says out of her own mouth. Go ahead.
Support reparations for black people.
Well, listen. Again, we had over 200 years of slavery. We had Jim Crow for almost a century. We had legalized discrimination, segregation, and now we have segregation and discrimination that is not legal but still exists and is a barrier to progress. We have disparities around housing. We have disparities around education. We have disparities around income. And we have to recognize that everybody did not start out on an equal footing in this country. And in particular, black people have not. And so we have got to recognize that and do something about that and give folks a lift up. That's why, for example, I'm proposing the LIFT Act. Give people who are making $100,000 or less as a family a tax credit, which will benefit and uplift 60% of black families who are in poverty. So by
only 60% of black. What about the other 40% that was ex-slaves as well?
Right. Exactly.
But watch, I want y'all to get this. And so it ain't benefiting all our people.
Tax credit.
Yeah, tax credit. Go ahead.
Default, it affects Black families, but there's not a particular policy for African Americans that you would explore.
But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit Black children, Black families, Black homeowners, because the disparities are so significant. So if we focus on the specific,
so there's a significant disparity between Blacks and everybody else.
Right.
She admits that. Go ahead.
specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities. And we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this. Any policy that will benefit Black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that.
Pause. Who gives a damn about all society?
Right.
The question was, do you support reparations? Now it turns into all people.
Yep.
You see that? They do that every single This is why you don't vote.
Right.
This is why. Guess what? Christ he ain't beneficial for all people.
Right.
Nope.
He coming for his people.
That's right.
Christ is coming for his people. You have done
Yeah, now I was doing some research on the economics on each demographic group, right? So the lowest paid people in America is Hispanic women.
Mm-hmm.
They're the lowest paid. Then it's the Black woman. Damn. Then it's the Hispanic and Black man. Damn. They're the lowest paid. Right. Every other nation that comes to America makes more money than us. Right. So the Chinese man, the Indian man, the Arab man, every other nation makes more money than us, dollar for dollar, job for job. We got the same job, and you Arab, you making more money than me, guaranteed.
Right.
China.
China.
Go ahead, press play. She finna get to it.
Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people.
What? Pause! Pause! Go back. Play it again. This is for you people that want to vote.
Right.
Go ahead.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No. Because whatever benefits that Black family will benefit that community and society as a whole and the country. Right?
No, not right.
No. Right.
No. You see that? And
Lady should have said,
no.
She should have said no. I don't agree with that.
Cat, it's like what Officer Daniel was saying earlier about the money is a tool.
Right.
It's like when they try to throw money at us and we
it benefit everybody.
Yeah, no, like we not worried about everybody. Right. So now that to me it was like you ungrateful as hell.
Right.
Like, when you say something like
that
and you supposed to be supporting and doing something for this community of people. It don't matter what it is or how much you help another race. You still like basically spitting in their face because you telling them it's gonna help everybody.
There you go.
That's a slap across the face.
There you go. It's like, for example, you got let's say you got a girlfriend. You bring her roses, and but you give every other girl in there a rose too. She gonna be like, "What the hell is this? I thought you was with me."
Be lucky you got one.
That's the point. That's the point. When they say it's gonna benefit everybody, that's the mental mind trick.
Yep.
Because when you hear that, then you go take that dollar and spend it with everybody.
There you go.
Instead of just spending it with your own people.
Hey, pull up the video of equality versus equity. Wow. Equality versus equity. Last video, I think. Second to last. This is what y'all got to understand. If he was white, I'm so-called Black. He's Chinese. He's Arab. He's something else.
Why I gotta be white?
Why I gotta be Chinese?
Yeah.
China.
Everybody needs something different to get us on a even playing field. That's called equity. If you just give us all $1, it's equality, but it ain't equity because we all on different playing fields.
Right.
You got to give us that 500 years worth of free labor as well. Are you going? Because that's true equality.
Right.
Go ahead, press play on this. So pause. Equality is when everybody's treated equal. But look where everybody starts at. They all start in a different place. Mm-hmm. That's us at the bottom. We can't see nothing. We smaller than everybody else. We can't see nothing. So yeah, we all got the same box, which is that same grant that she's talking about. But we on different playing fields. Our people live in the ghettos and slums. Our people suffer from post-slavery traumatic disorder. Our people suffer from over-policing. All these different things these other nations don't deal with.
Right.
Go ahead. Equity. Pause. So equity is when individuals are given different supports to make it possible for them to have equal access. That ain't what they're going to give you. So now you see the person at the bottom, they need a little bit more.
Yeah.
They need a little bit more. So guess what? If you got a policy that helps everybody, it's just leaving us all in the same conditions.
Right. It's the same condition. Right.
We in the same condition we was in before.
Right.
No, duh, you don't got to help somebody that make over $100,000 because they good.
Right.
Duh, do you need to help Bill Gates? No. But it's got to be equal. We got to give everybody. No. That's
crazy.
Go ahead, press play. So take that off. So that's the difference between equality and equity. We're not trying to get no equality. We're not trying to get no equality at all.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.